chickens. Today is day 9, October 15. Currently it's October 15, 2019, but this record is for October 14, 2019, Monday, and the current time right now, October 15, right now, 4:18 a.m. And the bedtime is around. Actually didn't count. I actually didn't count. I slept at 6:41 a.m. That's early. 6:41. I went to bed at 6:41 a.m. and then I got up at 3. So that's like around 8 hours, I think, of bedtime. And background music is lo-fi. I was really frustrated yesterday, probably because I barely could not get any sleep and I just couldn't remember anything, but at least I felt like I slept today, kinda. Today is divided into 4 dreams. First is the mall break-in, second is outside the mall, third is the sacrifice, and fourth is the school. Dream start. First, the mall break-in. I was with a girl, I think. We tried to get into this establishment through the back door, which led us to the kitchen. We were being ninjas trying to get in. By this time, we were already inside the kitchen, but not in the mall proper. I remember I hid behind a door in a room. The cook went inside of the room with his back on me, like he was, this is the door, I was here, and he was on his back. He didn't see me for some reason. I went through the door. What? I went through the door and I went out of the room and I locked him into that room. I think it was the comfort room. I remember we locked someone else too, like another person. Then we went into the mall proper. My memory during this part isn't so good anymore, but I remember that I felt like we were trying to sabotage something. Unfortunately, that's as far as my memory goes. Second dream is the outside of the mall. I think during this time we burned down the mall and stole some stuff. This could have been influenced by a movie I watched a few days ago called 28 Days Later, because there was a scene where the grocery store was empty because of the place being isolated due to an outbreak. I was outside with my mother and father. For some reason, we were devastated as if it was our house that burned. We saw a big truck which symbolized that it had all our needs, and they went into that truck, like they went to the drive shit. I didn't climb into the truck and walked my way, and seemingly my goal was to reach the airport. Someone shouted at me from behind. It was my I don't know if I can still call him a friend because we haven't really talked in a long while. Kay, he said he was gonna offer me a ride and asked where I was headed. I hesitantly said to the airport because I didn't want to disturb him because he was with a girl I couldn't identify. I went into his car and eventually I think that the car exploded. Oh my god, I can't concentrate. This has been a very bad day. It's been a very bad day. That's also one of the reasons why I actually forgot to record this video, because this day was not a great day. This was a tragic day. Yeah. There was a girl I couldn't identify. I went into his car and eventually think the car exploded. So hot. And I got out unharmed at all. Without getting harmed at all. And then I felt that feeling where it seemed like everything was my fault and I put them in danger, which is a feeling that it's so hot. What the heck? Like, I can feel my jacket heating. Dude, the F. So hot. Yeah. Like feeling like it's always my fault is something I actually feel in real life all the time. All the time. It's always my fault. Then I saw the car approaching me again in the opposite direction. This car did explode. Did I say it? Yeah, I said it. Then I saw the car approaching me again in the opposite direction, where I can't concentrate. What the heck? In the opposite direction that we were headed, it was all fine, and that seems to be the end of it. Third dream is the sacrifice. The aura and the view of this one seems to be in some kind of cult. My father and mother were there, but my mother was more imaged. She was also swapping or glitching into a woman I didn't know. She felt like an actress, like I think the one from, the Ice Queen from Narnia. Was there an Ice Queen in Narnia? But it was she. I know the face. I don't know the name. JK, is that you? Before bedtime, I did watch some stories, and one of them was about real life cult that sold drugs or medicine that could cure anything, only to find out that one of the ingredients to it was bleach. Back to the dream. This cult leader was asking us to kill or sacrifice ourselves through getting stabbed by 2 daggers. One was to be stabbed from the back, and the other was to be stabbed by us in the front. The woman, now the actress, was trying to argue with me that this had to be done, and we were so pressured. I was so pressured to do it. Like I felt like I was so pressured to actually do it. Eventually, she knelt down. She got stabbed in the back and stabbed herself another time in the front. I remember I did it too. I did do it too. I feel like the image the dream was trying to portray is the Japanese thing where they kill themselves rather than being killed by their opponents. Please correct me if I'm wrong. This is just from what I remember. Is it raining? I remember seeing this back in this war movie. I think this was a Wolverine movie where they were trapped down below, and I think this was the bombing thing that happened in Japan. I think this was historical, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't really know it. I just saw it in a movie, in a Wolverine movie. As far as I can remember, in the movie they both stabbed themselves to prevent from being captive by the opposing people. That ends the third dream. Fourth and the last dream is the school. This one gave me chills as I was in the bathroom trying to recall this in the morning when I woke in the afternoon when I woke up. It's creepy because it was a chase scene. So it was another scene where I was being chased, and it's always so difficult to do that kind of scene in the dream. I was in my 4th year high school room. It was in the 3rd floor near the stairs. Like I can remember, like when I had this dream, I could image it. Like it was the image of my room and the hallway. It was really clear, but it was very dark. No, it's not dark. It was gloomy. We were about to take an exam, PE, I think. I walked out because I didn't give shit. Then this is where it becomes a horror scene. There was this girl, could possibly be the girl in my previous dreams, which I've already had twice. So if this is the same girl, then this is her 3rd time appearing in my dream. Is it the 3rd? Yeah, probably the 3rd. Now that's actually creepy and interesting, because in the past days of me recording my dreams, I still haven't got a repeat. There are some people that reappear, but not always the same way. So yeah, the little girl was obviously an unhuman entity. This scene was actually longer and more detailed in what I can feel, but it's gonna be real short as I say it now. I was trying to run. why is it that when I write things, like I hop some words, like I forget. It's like, am I typing too fast? Like, why are there missing words? I was trying to run away from it in the hallway. I was trying to change some text, like I was moving and I was trying to change some text, trying to edit a word, like maybe I don't know if it was her name, thinking that it would make her rest in peace. It's like I was trying to input a code that could solve the problem. It's also by this time that I realized that I was dreaming. Now I think whenever I start to see text in my dream or words, I think it makes me aware that I'm dreaming. Like so far, every time I read a word in my dream, or like I can make a text, I can like read text. I feel like it triggers my consciousness, and I start being aware that it's a dream. But I was trying to change the text in this matrix looking text that's like floating in here. I changed it from, I say it's matrix because it's actually colored green and black. Like the text is green and the background is black. I changed it from something I can't remember to something with MIS blank 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 blank. It's MIS and I can't remember the following word. And then it didn't work, so I took a right turn. Like while I was running, how do I explain this? There's a right turn. It's still away, but I took a right turn, and I still kept running and hiding, while re-editing the text again to MISSING, missing, and then it's like I can only remember missing, and I can't figure out in my brain what the other word was. And someone was still approaching me. For some reason at this point I felt like I was the ghost. So I showed myself. My goodness, could I be possessed? So I showed myself and saw it was a professor, like a mad scientist. He wasn't like a normal professor. Like he had this scientist look like in the movies with a white robe, and he was acting all zombie like. Like he wasn't well. He was like a zombie. But then he was a zombie. I was chasing him. I was literally scaring him, and he ran away, and I kept on chasing him on the opposite, like we went to the same direction that we went, and then we went back chasing. I was chasing him, still trying to act all scary, going through the direction which we came in this chase. I'm then led back to the door of my classroom, and then I went in. And obviously some people were already done taking the what? Taking the text, taking the exam, and started leaving. Why am I typing random words? The test, okay, back taking the test, not text. The test seemed relatively short. It was 1 page. I went to the teacher and asked for a questionnaire, and she was trying to say something, I guess lecturing me for not taking it seriously. At some point, she felt like my high school PE teacher, Miss G. I took the questionnaire, went to my chair, and it actually felt like I took one piece of the questionnaire, and it felt like a whole lot of papers because it was thick. And then there was this small note. I actually was confused if the test was the normal test paper, or was it the small note? And the note was asking for 3 answers. Like it was like blank, and then it was like protagonist, antagonist, blank, and something blank. I answered Midsommarger in the antagonist, and I think the dream ends there. That was day 9.